Other interesting political news, you have Ford said they have reached a limit with their UAW offer. And of course, the UAW president Sean Fain throws in his 2 cents. Unlike me, my 2 cents are really worth 3 cents. Just saying. Now, it looks like, I'm looking at this is according to Axios. Now, according to the news, you have a quote from someone by the name of Kumar Gutra, who's the president of Ford Blue Division. This person said, quote, on the economics, I would say yes, we have reached our limit, unquote. And they said, we continue to say, quote, we've actually stretched ourselves to get to this point, unquote. Now, of course, Ford Blue is the only reason Ford is in existence right now. Ford Blue is the legacy Ford that you and I know and love, or at least have a tolerable relationship with. That's the Ford F-150, not the Lightning. That's the Ford Mustang. It's the things with the internal combustion engine that make money, also known as profit. Now, Ford Blue is making money. The issue with Ford and with their transition to EVs is right now the EV division is losing money. They're bleeding money. And the third division is Ford Commercial, which, again, internal combustion engine, the very large commercial trucks, that's making money as well. But, again, people in the UAW keep saying they're making record profits. Well, yes, when you own a business, you also reinvest those profits. So they're putting it back into the Ford EV division, which makes such things as the Ford Mustang Mach-E, which, disgusting, I know. They just took the bastardized Mustang. They just took the name and the logo and slapped it on an SUV EV. Ridiculous to say the least, of course. Now, it looks like, let's see here. The company said, let's see here. Worth noting that Gutra said Ford is open to moving some money around within the deal to get that might need to fit the unions better, but broadly speaking, the overall cost to the deal perspective, they're there. The company said that it has offered a pay increase of more than 20% to... Jeez Louise, I almost had to start 3 times just for that amount. When's the last time you got a 20% raise? Especially in this economy, which ironically the UAW kind of partially caused by who they got elected with their donations and their support, but nevertheless, yeah, they want a... So Ford is saying they're going to give them a 20% to permanent workers and raise of 26% to temporary workers. That's huge. A return to the cost of living adjustments, a ratification bonus, an increased 401k contributions, additional paid time off, and no jobs due to EV battery plants, among other things. That's insanely good. I didn't think they were going to get the cost of living back on the table, partially because it's one of those things where, at least in corporate America, a lot of people that I know, anecdotally speaking, most people usually just get a raise at the end of the year. They usually don't have a raise and a cost of living adjustment and a pension and all these things that they want. Now, in terms of, I was going to say, I should have dressed up as an old gangster from 1940s here, an old gangster here. Yeah, that was pretty bad in terms of a attempted accent or an old-timey accent, but it was an attempt nevertheless. Now, I say that because the response from this, if you're only tuning into the segment and not the whole episode, where we did cover the live stream from the UAW president Sean Fain. Now, after they got this historic offer that they've never gotten such a good offer before, the UAW's response was, quote, it's time, and again, this is from Sean Fain, the president, it's time for a fair contract at Ford and the rest of the big three. If they cannot understand that after 4 weeks, the 8,700 workers shutting down the extremely profitable plant will help them understand that, unquote. Or perhaps I should have dressed up as Dr. Evil. Let me know if you appreciate comments. Might have to look into that. Or if you appreciate costumes, rather. So yeah, Ford has reached their limit. And again, these companies are all transitioning to EV companies, also known as tech companies, basically. They're going to need a whole new myriad of talent, a whole new myriad of tools, resources. And again, for the short term, it is very unprofitable. It took Tesla years to make a profit. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it does take quite some time. Also, it hurts the big three where their cost of labor is already, before the strike even commenced, their cost of labor is already well above Tesla's. So Tesla has a lot of advantages. They also give their employees stock and they're incentivized to work like hell, not just being rewarded by a basis of tenure. Now, I think it'd be perhaps a prudent idea to offer stock to UAW employees. I don't know if they want that, if in regards to would they have more stock, so if they work hard they get an upside versus a guarantee all of these benefits. But I can't help but think, I think Ford's pretty much at their ends, and I don't see anything good on the horizon except more outsourcing and more hiring of band-aids, which are sometimes pejoratively called scabs, but I think band-aids is a more appropriate term for the service they provide. Let me know in the comments if you think, will anything more cause Ford to go bankrupt? Or will they just have to go more overseas? It'll be interesting to see, but as I always say, time shall tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. I also want to especially thank everyone. It took us a while, but we were finally monetized, so I'm very happy for that. It means we're going to turn on the ads, and with the additional revenue that comes in, we'll be able to hire more resources, get some maybe creative people to actually design the thumbnails. We'll get some software to do the picture-in-picture once you get to that point. So I really do appreciate it. I'm very excited to say that we've gotten to that point, so I'll be turning monetization on. Also, if you can give me suggestions for the picture-in-picture software for production, I greatly appreciate that. I know the feedback, that's something they want. I've tried a couple, but it keeps having some quirks. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.